Hi, welcome to this tutorial on using Google Classroom on your phone, both as a teacher and as a student. So starting with the teacher, again, the Google Classroom app you can find in your app store. It looks like the green chalkboard with the silhouettes, just like it does in your web browser. We're going to go ahead and open that. I would imagine that if you are a Google school that you are familiar with this app in some way, shape, or form, and your students certainly are, because I would venture to guess that a lot of them track their things on Google Classroom on their phones more than they do on their actual Chromebooks or devices if you happen to be one-to-one. But especially if you do not provide a device for your students, this is how they're looking at Google Classroom most of the time. So as a teacher here, I can see the different classes that I'm teaching. Let's say, for example, I go into one here and I have across the bottom my stream, my classwork, and my people. Notice there's no plus button right now here. I actually have to go into classwork to be able to create an assignment or add materials. One of the new things that was added in the last year is this icon up here in the top right, which is that camera looking icon that actually automatically will start a Google Meet in that class. So you can use Google Meet from your phone as well. When I hit that plus button, I can create assignments. Just like the same menu. This virtually is the exact same interface as it is on the web base. It didn't used to be that way, but they've done a really nice job in the last year or so of making the mobile version look and function very similarly to the web-based version. So let's just say, for example, I want to create an assignment. The thing I wanted to show you was when you are creating assignments here, which I know many teachers don't use their phone, they use a computer to do this, but when you go to add attachment, then you can find your different options here. You can add from a drive where you can drill down and find that. You can use a link. One of the cool things is right here, you can actually record a video. So you can record a video of yourself giving instructions. The reason I mention this is because when you're sick, when you have those late night, I'm going to be gone, emergency sub situations, this is a great way to record directions, place them in Google Classroom without you typing up a document, without emailing students or a sub. Just record the video and give yourself, if you have a voice and you're not, on your deathbed sick, just record yourself giving the directions to your students about what you'd like for them to do. And then that attaches automatically to that assignment you're creating. So just a kind of a cool shortcut on the teacher side in creating assignments. On the student side, when you are enrolled in a class, or I'm a student enrolled in a class, I can go through and I see my stream there, or I can come in here to classwork, where I see I've got something there that's due. But the same thing here, I had an attachment that was given to me as a copy. But if I want to add additional materials, I can do the same thing. I can add my attachment. I can go from my drive. So I can come in here and I can drill down and I can find any things that I've saved on my drive or I've created as a student on the mobile side. I can also then do a link where I can paste a link in. Maybe it's a specific web page or a reference that I'm using. Upload a file. This is going to access my phone's files. So this is from my files of my phone, actually files that are on my phone. And then I can also pick a photo if I've taken it, or I can use the camera. Again, if I'm a student here, I can create a video of myself, and I can flip the camera around if I want. But oftentimes students, that's part of the assignment is you want them to attach a photo of something. You want them to explain their work. And so it's much easier, honestly, for kids to use their phones to do that than it is maybe with the Chromebooks. And so those are some different options for how I could add or submit assignments as a student. The last thing is sharing to Google Classroom. So let's say, for example, I'm on the internet and I find an article that I want to share with my kids. So here I found just this random CNN article. If I hit the share button, now depending on what you're looking for, the easiest, most reliable thing is to copy that link and then to go back to Google Classroom. And then when you add that notification as a teacher, or we're in the assignment, when I add that, then I can paste that link here, and I'm going to do it on the student side, but I can paste that link then in and get that, okay? The other option, and this only works on specific websites that are tied and integrated with Google Classroom. Sometimes in my share menu down here, you will see the Google Classroom icon. And that is dependent on whether the website basically talks to or is set up to share with Google Classroom and integrate that way. So if that's the case, you can select that icon and then it will ask you what class you'd like to share it to, if it's an assignment, whatever it happens to be. But that is hit or miss, truthfully, as a student or as a teacher. The easiest, most reliable way is to hit the copy button to copy that link and then paste that link to share something, quote unquote, with Google Classroom from an outside source.